I'm here at the first ever ATHX Games Individual Event. I'm competing today, so come along behind the scenes, see my whole competition, and I'm going to take you along for the ride. Enjoy. That's the end. Good morning, guys. Today is the day. I've got the ATHX Individuals today. I'm buzzing to do that. First, I am stocking up on a big carby breakfast so that I'm fueled up and ready to go. Because when I think about it, just like a little recap of what the competition is, it's an all-round test of fitness. So I've got a warm-up that's half an hour, and actually warm-ups for competitions are actually quite intense. Then I've got a 15-minute strength zone where I'm going to be doing push press, reverse lunges for a 10 rep max and a 1 rep max deadlift, okay, in a very short space of time. Then I'll have a little rest. Then I've got an endurance section that's going to be, for me, it's probably around 17 minutes of work, and that is 500 meter run, 500 meter ski, 500 meter run, 1k row, 500 meter run, 2k on the bike as fast as possible. Then I'll have another little break where I can hopefully refuel, and then I've got like a CrossFit workout that I can never remember off the top of my head, but various things, burpees, box jump overs, dumbbell snatches, all sorts of fun stuff. So I'm going to get stuck into this. This is what I've got. A big bowl of porridge, banana, various seeds. I've got Brazil nuts, chia seeds, other nuts, and Nutella. That's what gives it the brown colour. So I'm going to get stuck into this before it goes cold. I'm going to have a coffee, I'm going to get prepped, get my bag ready with all my kit, all my equipment, and then I'm going to take you along for the ride with me. So join in. I've trained hard for this. If you've seen any of the previous videos, I've trained hard for this. So I'm excited to see what I can do, and yeah, enjoy. So I'm just loading up the car. I want to show you what I'm packing and why. It's freezing. We've had a storm recently, so I'm going to be quick on this. Food wise, got some pittas and hummus. Got bananas. I've got a couple of Lucozade Sports, and then these are great because they're about 40 grams of carbs per one, and they're really easy to eat. And then kit wise, I just have running shoes. That's it, and a spare change of clothes and a tripod. For me, I don't actually need that much kit. I do beltless deadlifts. I don't really do anything like that. I do naked deadlifts, that's what I like to call them. So I don't need much kit, just my runners, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, it's freezing cold, so I'm going to get inside now. Here she is. The biggest fan, videographer. How are you feeling, Con?
I'm okay.
We're ready to go, driving to Birmingham now. Might stop on the way, get some food, and we'll see you there. So I want to explain just a little bit around my mindset, like going into it, because if I think, I'll just turn the music down. If I think about, I did this competition, a similar one, back in the end of August, and I had just come off a 7-day all-inclusive cruise. Now, highly don't recommend doing that because it was quite indulgent. I had lots of wine and rich food and stuff like that. I still trained, but obviously I couldn't outwork a poor diet really. So felt heavy, felt sick, felt slow. And I've got very different expectations going into this. I'm quite glad it happened, because if I hadn't have had that realization, would I have trained as hard as I have for this one? Probably not. So actually it's a really nice thing, and just something that I really think about is any negative experiences like that, I'll really try and use them to fuel me sorting it out. That's kind of like my default thinking pattern now. It's taken a long time to do that, but that's effectively what I try and do. And I suppose my expectations going into this, if I rewind to like when I used to compete in weightlifting, which is an individual sport, and obviously today is an individual competition, I didn't have the self-awareness. I was comparing myself to everybody else. Now I've been training and competing in various things like for a lot longer now, so I'm not comparing to anyone else at all whatsoever. Like, I'm here and my expectations are purely based off what I have done in my training. So that's really important. Like, I know for me, I know the numbers that I want to hit in my, in the reps on the push press, in my deadlift, in my lunge. I know the times I want to hit in the cardio, and that's only come because I've trained hard myself. but that is what my expectations are based on, is based on how my training has been very recently. So I think that's just something that I've definitely got wrong massively in the past. And I know like a lot of my clients and stuff, when they do various fitness events, and it's just a really common pattern to kind of maybe see what other people are doing, like say even if you're doing a running race or something, and be like, oh, I'd love to do a sub 3 hour, I don't know, marathon or whatever, but kind of sometimes pluck them out of thin air based on what you see other people do. So that's a big lesson, and something that I find makes it much more enjoyable, and I make more progress doing, is focusing on my expectations based on how my training has been recently. So I'm really looking forward to it actually, and I haven't been on an all-inclusive cruise last week, so that always helps. So I feel a lot fitter and a lot stronger than I did previously, which is great. But yeah, my mindset going into it is around that, and I'm doing it for me. And you know, I am curious to see where I stack up against other people. That's partly why I'm doing it. But when I think about the expectations that I've got, that's all based on myself and how my training has been recently. So just thought I'd explain a little bit of that. Anyway, see you there. Quick pit stop. Had some food, eaten my pita, eaten my hummus. It's like just past 12, so I'm on in 2.5 hours. So hopefully the timing's perfect. When I'm a bit like a little, I'm not like nervous, but I definitely will be there. And like I don't like eating too close to actually doing the workout because it just makes me feel sick, and I don't have a big stomach. So hopefully this works well and I don't chunder everywhere. Anyway, onwards. It's freezing cold and I don't have a clue where I'm going. So we're gonna run in, get out the rain, and see where we are. What are you thinking, Con?
I don't know.
You like your new coat, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, slay.
Really excited.
I got a goodie bag, look! I got a goodie bag. What have I got in here? Oh, nice. I've got protein bars, I've got more protein and a shaker. More shakers. Look who we found, give us a wave, Tash. Support crew's here. Walking past the weightlifting bit now, it's bringing it all back, and I can say it's been more enjoyable getting ready for ATHX this morning because I could get up whenever I wanted. I've had time to eat lots of food. I'm not stressing about being overweight for my category, and I was always on first when I was weightlifting because I'm one of the smaller guys, so it's much more enjoyable so far. You know what to do. Beat the wall. Goals for me, I would really like to get 33 reps on the first bit, max reps. It would be amazing to get at least 105 on the 10 rep max lunge, and 170 as a minimum on the deadlift would be amazing. So I'm going to try to do that, but we'll see how it feels when I'm warming up. Hard work. 143 at the moment. Pretty high, it's very intense. So I've got to play it smart. Right, I think I'm pretty much done. So I've just been informed I can't put the bar down, so it's a little bit different to how I practiced it. So expectations very different now. So I just need to go probably a little bit steadier pace than I have been doing, because I've been doing as many push press as I can. And I've got to like 25, 27, then rested, and then done more. So I think I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. Got 38 reps unbroken with the 40 kilos on the push press. Really happy with that. I wasn't allowed to put it down. And then I did 105 for 10 on the reverse lunge. I'm really pleased with that. And then 175 on the deadlift, beltless. Only 5 kilos off my PB, so buzzing. This is going to be probably around 17 to 18 minutes of pain. Go Isaac!
We are locked in and 5 minutes of work completed.
I could happily stop now, but there's one more workout. So I'm happy with that. I came 18 in my heat, so pretty good. My heart rate was high, but just by the time you get to this metcon, like there's just no energy left. But I came either PB'd or came very close to my PB, so I'm really happy with those. Yeah, good day out. Now I need to rest up. All done. On our way back to the car now. I am absolutely knackered, but little debrief will be on its way shortly, and now I just need a little rest. I'm back and I'm absolutely exhausted, so I will give you a full debrief in the morning, but for now I need to sleep. So just before I go into my actual debrief that I recorded the day after, that's coming in just a second, they actually updated the results again, so what I said in the next one is slightly wrong. I actually gained a couple of places, so I overall finished 38th out of 71 people. Okay, so basically right in the middle of the pack, pretty much. On the strength, I came 27th out of 71. On the endurance, I came 39th out of 71. And on the metcon, I came 36th out of 71. Now, that's just a little update, because what I speak about in the debrief that I actually did the morning after will make a lot more sense. But ultimately, my feelings and everything around it are all still the same. Good morning, it's the day after, and I currently feel like I've been hit by a truck. Okay, I'm very, very sore, and I slept quite badly. Like, I had enough sleep, but you know when you're really sore, you're so wired, you like can't sleep, you can't switch off. That's what it felt like. But I'm glad I feel better than I did yesterday after the comp, but just very sore. And I wanted to give a little bit of reflection, a bit of post-competition reflection on how I did. So for a few things here. So personal performance-wise, like I said, and I absolutely stand by this, when I was driving up to the event, my expectations were based on how my training had been leading up to it. Okay, I had specifically trained for those things over the past 7 weeks. Okay, that's 7 weeks of specific training. And if I, based on what I was expecting there and what I did, I was pretty much bang on. And I actually exceeded my expectations slightly, especially in the strength portion, which I'm really pleased with. So I was expecting 33 reps as a minimum for the max reps 1 minute shoulder to overhead, and I got 38, and I didn't stop for a minute. Very, very pleased with that. On the lunges, I got 105 for 10, which I was very pleased with. The most I had ever done for 10 before that was 100, so that's actually a PB. You cannot ever complain at a PB. Could I have done 110? yes, I could. I'm 100% sure I could have. It actually, especially the first 6 reps felt very easy. It was just the last few. Could I have done 110 on that? Yes, I could. However, I actually think not going 110 was probably a good call, because that would have had a much bigger impact on my endurance and metcon components afterwards. So that's why I'm actually glad I did 105. It was a PB, and I then got 175 on the deadlift, which looked great, felt great. And within that time scale, very pleased, considering my all-time PB is 180, okay? And I weigh about 72 kilos. So really pleased with that, really pleased with that. So strength, very good. Exceeded my expectations there, which is great. Then on the endurance section, I kind of matched my expectations, which again, when you think about actually, I've exceeded my expectations in strength and then matched what I was expecting on the endurance section, that's actually in a way kind of beating my expectations, because I had done more work previously and I still managed to match what I was expecting, which is great. So I'm really pleased with that as well. I finished 5th out of the 18 people within my heat, which was cool. And that was great. And so, yeah, pleased with that. And then the last bit, I'm always knackered by that bit. I've done it once before this competition and I'm always exhausted by that. I'm not going to lie. I don't enjoy that last workout. I am so tired by that point. I don't enjoy it. I actually just want it to get it done. And could I have pushed harder? Potentially I could have maybe knocked a few seconds off, but I'm so empty by that point. It was still really hard, don't get me wrong. But I just, the drive to actually really go there, it's like walking through treacle. My legs are so tired. It's actually like not nice at all. But that just shows, so I kind of again matched my expectations there. That's a similar time that I'd got compared to when I had tried that about 3 weeks ago, a full run through. So it was a similar time, but again, given that I had exceeded my expectations previously, that's kind of a PB because I was more fatigued and yet I still matched my expectations. So overall, personal performance-wise, very happy, okay, very happy. Outcome-wise, I actually overall came 40th out of 67, okay? Now, when I listened to that, when I read that, I was like, my initial reaction was, that's not great, okay? And I was annoyed. And I'm a competitive person, I'm a driven person, I like doing very well at things. So naturally, that doesn't make me feel good, just putting it out there. Because I think this is where the expectations piece is so important, because if I had, when I was competing in weightlifting, I was used to winning competitions. I was used to being top 3. I was used to battling it out with the top people. But with weightlifting, I trained for that for 4 years. This is my first ever individual competition of that nature, and I'd only trained for it for 7 weeks. So actually, when I'm thinking of that, can I be disappointed? I don't really have any justification to be disappointed, because personal performance, like I said, I actually exceeded my expectations, and I'm new to doing this sort of thing. So it would be completely irrational and unfounded for me to be disappointed at that, so I'm not disappointed after reflection. That initial response, yes, because it's just not nice being there, especially as a driven person when you want to be, further on. But when I think actually I've trained for it for 7 weeks and I'm potentially up against people who've, got, and when I go into more specifics now as to which event, it's not surprising actually. When I'm up against people who've potentially trained for that for years, I don't know what they've done, but for 7 weeks of training, actually, I'm really pleased with that, and my personal performance was really good. So that's I am happy with. Now, if I go into the individual events, so overall I came 40th out of 67. Okay, not the best, okay, but not the worst. Fairly average. And when I go into the specific events, so strength, I actually, and I'm quite a small guy. I'm not one of the big guys, okay? I'm 72 kilos. 72 kilos body weight, and I came 27th out of 67 on the strength portion. So I'm really pleased with that, and actually quite surprised because I'm not a big, heavy, muscly guy. I've got muscle, but I'm very small and lean, more that sort of shape. I'm really pleased with that. So 27th out of 67 on the strength component. And I'm pretty sure when I go to the lunge specific, I have one of the best scores there, which was really cool. Building the booty. And so I'm pleased with that. When I go to the endurance section, I have this written down. The endurance section, I was 39th out of 67. So just over halfway. Now, that again shows and highlights I need to be fitter. Okay, I'm a fit guy, generally speaking, but in a competitive environment like that, I need to develop my fitness, and actually gaining a few kilos of muscle is going to help me massively, because if it was just running, I do feel I would have done better, but obviously that's not the competition, so that's not an excuse at all. Because I can run well, but when it comes to erg work, so ski erg, bike erg, row, where actually it's not against your body weight, that's actually, you just have to do that. You don't have any loading with your body weight. When it comes to that, being a little bit heavier really helps, because you can just put more weight into the pedal on the bike. You can put more weight into your stroke on the row. You can put more weight into the ski erg as you pull it down. So actually for me, that highlights the importance of me gaining muscle and improving my fitness. Those are the two things I really need to do. If I can steadily progress my strength work whilst getting substantially fitter, and actually that's okay. When I think about my previous experience, I come from a high intensity based background. I competed in Olympic weightlifting. So I'm very technical, my movements look very good. I'm very proficient at the movements. I'm explosive, and I don't have a huge endurance background. So it would be irrational for me to expect to be placing way higher in an endurance section when I don't actually have an endurance background. I have a general strength and power-based, sprint-based type background. So came 39th out of 67 there. So again, that's big improvement, or big area for improvement. And then by the metcon, I came 36th out of 67, which is basically halfway. So that's it. I actually surprised myself being higher up in that top portion with the strength. Endurance and metcon, that just shows I don't have an endurance background. I need to develop my endurance background, and the only way I can do that is time. 7 weeks of training is not going to make me into a superhuman, and that's what I need to remember. And I think the reason I'm sharing this is because you might be watching and thinking, right, okay, this isn't, I'm not objectively, I'm not top 3, but what I'm showing you is the thinking behind this whole process. For me to actually put myself out there and share all of that with you when I am not the best person, it would be very easy for me to not do that. But I want to show you, if you are not where you want to be yet, this is the process to it. We all start somewhere. I have, as an individual, I've prioritized building my business over the past few years. Again, that's now in a place much more where I'd like it. And I'm now just adding this in to give me new focus and give me more fulfillment. So I'm trying to show you the thinking behind doing this, and how you cannot focus too much on the outcome immediately. You have to optimize for some consistency first and get some time under your belt. And for me, endurance and, a big endurance focus for me, whilst continually, steadily progressing my strength, is going to be really important. So that's my overall. I'm very happy with my personal performance. The past 7 weeks of training, I've PB'd my lunge by 25 kilos. I PB'd my deadlift by 30 kilos, and I made almost a minute of improvement on that endurance section whilst I was training for it. There's nothing to be disappointed about. when I then compare it to the outcomes of like actually other people who are doing this, I need a big endurance focus, and the time, like I'm saying about time, you can't rush that. You cannot, just like I have a strength focused background, so actually that's probably why I focused and actually placed higher there. I've been doing strength for years, okay? And I'm not even a big guy, but I've been doing strength for years. So it makes sense actually logically thinking why I placed better there. I'm much more comfortable there. The endurance section, I'm fit average compared to the average person. I'm very fit compared to competitive fitness. Actually, that's a big area that I need to focus on. So over the next year, and I will be sharing this with some of my goals for next year, but I'm going to save that for another video. This is purely around the ATHX. But to sum up, very happy with my personal performance. Areas to improve are endurance and metcon, basically just building that endurance and aerobic base, and potentially gaining a few kilos of muscle to help with the mixed modal elements in anything that's weighted or ergometer work within the competitions and things. So guys, I hope that's the video. Goals for me now, I'm now going to take a little bit of time to reevaluate what I'm going to be doing. I've got some ideas for goals for next year, but I hope you found that useful. I hope you enjoyed coming along, seeing the event, and maybe some of my insights behind why I'm doing it, the thinking behind it. And again, I'm trying to demonstrate this so that I can just show you this is the sort of thinking that is constructive. This is the sort of thinking that is going to help you achieve your goals and get to where you want to be. So don't let the fact that you're not where you want to be yet stop you from doing it. You have to have rational, proper thinking strategies and strategies of creating a plan to train. You have to have that in order to move forward. So I hope you found this video useful. I hope you really enjoyed just seeing the whole event, and I enjoyed making it for you. It was hard work, and I'm going to rest up now. And if you haven't already, I would really appreciate a like and subscribe to the channel. It's very, very early on, but your support would mean the world to me. So I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed.